Coming up, we're saying goodbye to 2017. Well, we said goodbye to it a mere 11 days ago or so. And we're saying hello to 2018. And we're going to talk about what's in store for Universal in 2018. So, from the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida, this is the Universal edition of the Diz Unplugged. This is episode 157 of the Diz Unplugged Universal Edition. The Diz Unplugged Universal Edition is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Universal vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the Diz Unplugged Universal Edition. I am your host, as always, Craig Williams, and today I am joined alongside by my co-host, as always, Mr. Ryno Clavin.
Hello.
Now official marathoner Ryno Clavin.
Yes. Yeah.
My
one and maybe only in my lifetime.
That is fine.
It was all I could do during your intro when you said we say goodbye to 2017. I wanted to start saying, goodbye, my lover. Goodbye,
Touch
my friend.
heart and touch my soul. Yes, no.
Starting 2018 off with a little bit of James Blunt.
That's exactly what you should do in every circumstance. Everything should start and end with James Blunt, but that's just my opinion. It may be the wrong one, but it's
beautiful.
mine, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, wow, what an exciting year 2017 was, but sad to say goodbye to it. A lot of good things happened. We'll talk about some of those things that did happen. It's sort of a recap as we look towards the past, the present, and the future in sort of a...
Kylo Ren. No?
I was going to say Christmas Carol.
Okay. I was getting too aggressive. Let the past die.
Well, we will let the past die. After this episode, we will not talk about anything that happened in the past, ever. Again.
I can't make that promise.
It's done. Well, no, we're going to have to. So, yeah, that's just it. Should we start off by talking about 2017, seeing what was a hit, what was a miss, and what we just are indifferent on?
We should do the miss first, though.
We should do the miss? Okay.
Yeah.
What? So, I will say the first miss of 2017, which is also really the first big thing that happened at Universal in 2017, and that last year for me was the celebration of Harry Potter 2017.
Oh yeah,
that was kind of a miss for me. It just didn't really it didn't have me excited.
Felt a little lazy.
Yeah.
Same old, nothing new, and it. No, I don't want to say it's getting to the B list because I did enjoy Jason Isaacs being there quite a bit. That was this year, right? 2017, I mean?
What was it even? I don't even remember anymore now.
Yeah, it was, because you and I went together to the opening thing.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. That was this year, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, because I took a video of him, what he said. He
was full of awesome one-liners and stuff, and he got a little political from time to time, too.
Yeah, because he said something about Donald Trump, but that would lead me to believe he would have said that before the election. But I don't know what year it is. Like, I'm having really difficult time right now separating 2016, 17, and not 18 though, because it's only a week.
Well, that's also not a good sign for that event then, when you can't really separate the years between each other.
Yeah,
though.
that's saying something.
I'm pretty sure it was. If only we had computers and stuff to, do search words like Jason Isaacs' celebration of Harry Potter.
It was this year.
I believe you on it too, but
because I remember being like really excited when he was cast in Star Trek Discovery, and I was like, I just saw him this year in person, 10 feet in front of me.
I believe you. I do believe you. But we were really hoping for a little bit more with Fantastic Beasts, and that just didn't really happen at all, which was a little disheartening, but I think
it was 2017.
It was 2017. Okay, we can put that theory to rest now. But yeah, overall for me, while you and I still managed to find some fun in going towards the event, I I definitely thought that it was a bit of a letdown last year, but that does not change my excitement for it in this year, which is one of the things that I am actually looking forward to.
It is hard when you're local and somebody that is going all the time, because it's like they don't want to just do the one event and then have a new event each time. They want to have repeatability, I guess, sometimes. But it is one of those where the repeatability here is like, what celebration was it this year? Like 5, 4?
That was
it's been going on for a couple of years. Yeah. So it's kind of like, okay, I think like 2 to 3 is the max, and then you need to like really freshen it up.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll get into what's happening this year with it again in just a little bit as we go through 2018. But it definitely, for sure, I agree with that wholeheartedly. We're in that special group of people where not only are we local, and I've attended the event every single year now since it's started, but on top of that, a lot of times when we go to Universal, we end up in the Wizarding World anyways. Mm-hmm. So we're very like hard pressed to ever like not have that Potter feeling in our lives, where some people don't have that at all. So the event, the weekend, and the chance to go through the Wizarding Worlds, that's like their one time every couple of years maybe to like really get super energized with it. So we are in a special class of people. We know that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
those muggles, how do they deal with it?
I do not understand at all. Mm-hmm. So another miss for me in 2017, I would say, was the big attraction that opened up.
Oh, jeez. It's like... I think I disliked it so much. The Jimmy Fallon Race Through New York is what you're going to. Sorry, I have such a negative feeling toward it. It's just it. I think I've just like kind of blocked it from my memory unless we're there, and then I'll be like, ugh, no. Like it just doesn't feel. It doesn't fit, and it's not great. And I don't know. I can give it another try, but I don't want to.
I genuinely don't know if giving it another try is going to help. My thing with it is every time I walk past the building, like, my goodness, what a beautiful building.
Exactly.
It is. I think the whole Comcast NBC building fits perfectly in that entire section, and it actually freshens it up. New York, I love the charm of New York at Universal Studios Hollywood, but to me it is also very dated in that early 90s, like, we're going to set up the backlots, and this is going to be our representation of New York during the 40s and 50s, which, I mean, yeah, it's that time period, so you can't really be like, but it's early 90s, but it just still has that feel to it.
It's got that Roger Rabbit, Dick Tracy kind of colorful, like, pop art, I guess.
Yeah, and it's also very muted. The sun has just caused so much damage over the years on everything. Even though they freshen it up, it's still like, I look back at pictures of Universal when it was opening and through the years since I didn't get to experience it back then, and it looks so vibrant, kind of like my memories of Hollywood Studios when I first started going there. And now you walk in and it's like, oh,
it's seafoam green. That's the color you went with, huh?
Yeah, but so I think in general the exterior really, it fits in perfectly, but then the attraction is just so bad.
Garbage town.
So bad.
It's the actual, like, in the it's like what you said, the whole building, the queue, even the area up into it, right up until you go into that room, and then that room where the attraction is, you're like, this should just be closed forever. Like, it's not good. It's not. I mean, people might like it, but I was never really in love with Jimmy Fallon. I didn't have like negativity toward him, but I care for him less and less as the days go by, more and more. So I think they put their eggs in the wrong basket, kind of a scenario. And his ratings, I think, are just kind of on a downward slide too. But
I'm not sure. I will say I have seen less and less viral videos from him than I used to.
It seems like he's burned out, maybe. I don't know. Personally, I don't know if that's a thing, but I feel like he's not the guy he was a couple of years ago. I don't know.
I mean, I didn't, like I've said before, I never really followed him, so his actual stance and where he is, I just think from my perspective, I would agree with you to a point. I don't see him as being in the limelight as much as he was even last year. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's still drawing people. The attraction is still pretty popular. There are a lot of areas to love in it, as we've talked about with the pre-show, the queue, all of that. That is done remarkably well. Whether or not you agree with how much of a benefit virtual line is, that's kind of right in the middle. I mean, that's what I would honestly consider another miss of 2017 would be the virtual line experience as a whole.
I think we're in a time where educating the masses is becoming more and more difficult, and changes like this aren't as. I mean, I think about like how long, like Fast Pass at Disney World, like just paper Fast Pass I'm talking about too. I'm not even talking about my Disney experience or anything like that. Like there are people today that still don't understand what it is. And like, I mean, granted, it warped based on what people's perception of it was versus what it was really supposed to be, which was you were just essentially getting your spot in line and then going to wait in another line. So it's essentially, it was allowing you to wait in two lines at once, and then it kind of warped around that. But like this had that same kind of issue. I feel like that people don't really. It's hard to be like, this is how it works. Watch this informational video, you know?
Definitely. It's a little tricky with that. And with virtual line, my thing is, in theory, it is a perfect system. But the issue is it requires everything to need to work perfectly. It needs people showing up at the exact right points in time. It means the attraction teams hitting their capacity goals every single hour. No breakdowns. And you know, the team can't always prevent that. That's
somebody might get
mechanical.
Sick in the thing.
Exactly.
Somebody might get stuck, hurt, whatever. God forbid, you know, stuff like that. So it's like.
So it starts.
There's no room for error.
Exactly, and when you get into that point, virtual line, while it may work 90% of the day, some of those issues start coming into play, and then it just starts causing these backups, and then that's where the irritation I think comes in for people, where they're like, okay, well, I'm supposed to go now. This is my time, but you know, it's a lot harder when you're in a line. And it's 90 minutes, and you know, like, I'm making that commitment. I'm getting in line now. At the end of it, you know, it might be less than 90 minutes, could even possibly be more, but I know that I'm just having to wait the line. With virtual line, when you're put into rooms and there's confusion, we saw what happened at Volcano Bay, all these virtual lines that then end up having lines on top of virtual lines. So I think it will work one day. It's still just not quite there. And hopefully once Fast and Furious opens up, that since it's also utilizing that, it'll be one extra attraction for Universal to really try to perfect this system. Mm-hmm. But so Jimmy Fallon, virtual line, a miss, as well as Celebration of Harry Potter. I think that's honestly the only misses for me in terms of Universal. So let's talk about everything else then. So
the big one.
We can talk about the big one. I was going to go chronologically. I think.
Oh, okay.
Also, after a Celebration of Harry Potter, we had Mardi Gras last year, and I had fun at Mardi Gras. I didn't go nearly as much as I was intending to go to the event, but
was the parade new this year, or was that last year? Was it 2017 or 2016?
Yeah, it was new this year too, because it caught me off guard. They freshened it up again even quicker than we expected. But
we were on a float this year, right?
No, this year we never got the chance to get on a float.
God, Lord, what is wrong with my brain? I need to take like fish oil or something like that.
I don't know. Just get on those essential oils. It's 2018. Get in the future.
I took a peppermint essential oil bath yesterday for my body, and it was wonderful.
Oh, there you go. That's the stuff that nobody needed to know.
I smelled like a human candy cane.
Delicious. So they freshened up the event with the new a little bit of the new stuff in the parade. They changed the theme to it, and they just like I believe it was the year before I don't think this one was the first year, but doing Mardi Gras every single night.
This was the first year.
This was the first year of that? Okay. Yeah, doing Mardi Gras every single...
I remember that now. That was the big deal because we could get... Remember, you and I were like, well, let's get these cups, right? Didn't we do the cups this year? And then
I
we
always
kept
do
bringing
the
them
cups.
with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember like specifically being like, oh, well, they're doing it every... Because you and I went to go to see if we could find the soft opening for Jimmy Fallon. That's my wording on that sentence was horrible. We tried to get... No, I'm just going to keep going.
Soft
and
openings
one day
of
we were
Jimmy
like,
Fallon.
should we wait? Because we were there at like 4 and Mardi Gras starts at 5. And we were like, should we wait a minute and then we can go do this thing? And for Mardi Gras, I remember us being in the street and like the Mardi Gras people were starting to come out and like get everyone excited and stuff like that. And I remember really enjoying that. I remember enjoying that, like that fun atmosphere of that there's a party at night every night.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. In 2016, it was still, I think it was like a total of 14 or 15 nights. And then last year they decided to make the change to every single night. And that was amazing.
And Craig, I just want to let you know, if you Google Mardi Gras, Universal Orlando 2017, the first video that pops up here is one that you did. Mardi Gras Parade 2017. Good for you.
That could just be cookies and all that stuff. Fixing that, but
Shh, I was trying to be nice.
Thank you. But I thought Mardi Gras was...
Oh, yeah, it was. Sorry.
There you go. I thought Mardi Gras was great last year, and then the next big thing that happened after that, of course, which I personally, I put it in the good list. I know a lot of people would still put it in a 50-50 list or maybe even on the bad part, but we had the grand opening of Volcano Bay and Volcano Bay officially being open. And, granted, I've only been there a handful of times since it opened, but I love being in this park, even if I'm not going and doing anything.
Well, I don't know where I sit on this. Like, I'm not negative toward it. I really raved about it when it first opened, and I haven't really, like, gone to have the official, like, here I am a guest, not a media guest experience yet. Like, we went to eat there, and I enjoyed that quite a bit when we went that day. And I am looking forward to doing that maybe this month, now that it's, like, a little, like, people come down and they're not really... I feel like it's a lot less busy in water parks in January and February here because a lot of the locals won't go. And the out-of-towners are still like, we don't care. We're from Boston. Chicago, deep dish pizza? I don't care. So it's like, also my tattoo wasn't healed yet when we were there last time, so I couldn't go in chlorinated water. So now I'm like, okay, I want to go and have that like experience just randomly one day. Yeah. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, I guess. So I guess that's a positive thing.
Yeah. Once they finished all the landscaping though, and everything got into place, I think absolutely.
The park looks great. Yeah. Beautiful job. Yeah. No doubt about that at all.
Yeah. No. The one crazy part about Volcano Bay has and still will continue to be is virtual lines and how they work well. In the summertime, when the park hit capacity basically every single day for the entire summer, it was lines and lines and lines on top of lines, and unless you got there first thing in the morning, you didn't really get to do everything or even a good amount of it. But now it's like the complete opposite. Like when you and I went there to grab food the last time, which a lot of people could still be out doing slides and stuff. A little chilly, but I've done water parks in colder temperatures than what it was that day. And
I think I was wearing shorts that day, though.
Yeah. No, you were. It was there was a breeze that made it a little bit chilly, but in the sun, it was wonderful. But then every single thing there that day was, okay, go experience it now.
Yeah,
so
when we were walking through, there was no wait.
Yeah, so my I want to see what it's like when it's in that in-between, where it's not super crazy and congested, but it's also not completely empty as well, too. But overall, I just think it was such a great addition to Universal, and I think it will provide lots of enjoyment for years to come from anyone who decides to go there, whether it's for the slides, the food, whatever. Now that, we
got to go do another food review there, I think.
Yeah, more food. Keep reminding me that I can't do the 2 slides in the volcano anymore. because they
added a weight limit.
Yeah, when we went, the weight limit for the blue and the green slide was it was like 275, which I am well under.
Yeah,
I'm even if it was 250, I am under that. But then they massively dropped it all the way down to 200.
Well, I'm not going to be able to get on that either.
Even when I said it to like Kylie and stuff, even when I was at my very skinniest, I was like 180, but I looked like I was very ill.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the thick me is never going to make it into that ride ever. I don't want to be. I don't know. That's too bad.
We'll see. You know what? The problem is muscle weighs more than fat.
Yes, and we have those 32 packs, you and I.
Exactly. Another big thing that we talked enough about it on the year. I think Halloween Horror Nights was awesome this year. Looking back on it, I know I was kind of middle of the fence, and I think I preferred last year's right after we did it. And now that I was like reflecting towards the end of the year, I actually had a really lot of fun every time I went.
I think the last night was what ruined it for me. So it's just got a sour taste in my mouth. And plus, like, I'm a little bummed that the Hurricane took out the stage. But that's just, fact. Yeah. That's not, they're not to blame for that. So I don't know. There was a lot of the stuff that kind of changed, like those, like we get the cups and then there was no point to get the cups.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like that. That was kind of shady. I will miss Bill and Ted for sure. That was definitely like a highlight for me this year. But that's kind of like, I think I'm kind of indifferent toward it this year. And plus, like, Hollywood being so lame this year that it like I'm just left with kind of a they better do better next year sort of a feeling.
I hope they do even better, but I think I had one of those moments where I was sitting down and just reflecting on the past year, and like it was one of those moments like, you know what, I'm lucky that I was down there to experience it as much as I did and have those opportunities, and it just kind of left me with a warmth. And I'm like, you know what, it really was.
The stuff that was good was really good this year. It wasn't middle of the line. It was like what was good was great.
I think I would also roll that into the next event that happened, that at least there were certain aspects of it that were great, and that is the holidays at Universal, specifically the Hogwarts projection show. That just...
Oh, I think most of this was a hit for me. All of the stuff for the holidays, pretty much. Except for Barney.
Yeah.
But Hogwarts, of course. Is that still going on, or did that stop yet? Because I've been hearing the fireworks still.
That has officially stopped
Okay,
now.
so it was this weekend was probably the last of it.
It was, I believe, the 6th or the 7th was the final.
Okay, yeah. Makes sense.
So, with going in with the end of the 12 days of Christmas. So.
I really hope they do some sort of summertime like replacement show for that, because that was pretty phenomenal.
Get there.
Oh,
we will get there. So, but yeah, the brand new parade for the holidays I thought was entertaining. Even though I still hated those awkward gaps where there was just like quiet music playing and nothing really happening. The balloons that they added and the upgraded floats, it definitely brought their parade up to the very next level. And
for sure.
That was a good thing.
It's something that I am now looking forward to see again this year. It like stuck with me in that way where I was like, that'll be something I really make time for in this upcoming year as well.
Yeah, I think they're going to take it to the next level. And I think Universal overall is going to try to take everything up to the next level next year. So why don't we just actually talk about now, finally, what we have to look forward to 2018 and the future. So the first big thing, of course, as we mentioned before, I'm not going to really harp on it too long, but we have a celebration of Harry Potter coming up just in a few weeks.
I think we missed something.
What else?
Didn't Toothsome open this year?
I want to say that was Halloween of 2016, if I can remember correctly, because it opened up the same exact time of year that NBC did, but NBC opened the year before, and that was like right in time for Halloween Horror Nights. So
sorry. Then I thought, yeah, you're right. That was last summer. I'm sorry. That was the 2016. I'm sorry. I thought there was another thing I was like holding on to, but
you're mistaken. Dude.
I loved it so much. I would always say positive things. Anyway,
they took it to the next level in 2017. The first big thing happening in 2018, January 26th through the 28th, is a celebration of Harry Potter 2018. I can already guarantee you that Ryno and I will be there for portions of it, covering it, and big celebrity talents, as always, James and Oliver Phelps, Stanislav Yanevsky, is Victor Crumb's going to be there, Natalia Tenya, who is Nymphadora Tonks, is going to be there too, which that excites me. I love Tonks and Lupin. I tried to make their names together like Tupin. It's their couple name. And then Bonnie Wright, of course. Ginny Weasley. That's the talent lineup. So new panels added this year. So everything we just complained about, what we didn't like in 2017, hopefully will be corrected in 2018, and that's just a few short weeks away. So look forward to our coverage in just a little bit. And then starting February 3rd, that is when that is when Universal Mardi Gras kicks off. Our personal Mardi Gras kicks off on February 3rd, 2017. I was really hoping. Jeez Louise, I am just losing it now. I was really hoping that the full performer list would be released by now. Last year, I think it was around the 12th of January. So I'm guessing,
They said some people, though, didn't they?
They did say some people. So we already know right now that on February 10th, it will be a band that I will be seeing for sure, as I've seen them before, and I cannot wait to see them again. And that is the Beach Boys.
Oh, fun.
I doubt it. I doubt John Stamos will be there, so I don't want to get people too excited. But then again, John Stamos will never turn down a trip to any Disney park.
Yeah, that's true.
So if he thinks he might be able to sneak over to Walt Disney World while he's at Universal playing, then maybe it'll happen. On February 17th, it'll be Kelsey Ballerini. And I believe, was she an American Idol person or something?
What's her name?
Kelsey Ballerini.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I feel like she was one of the, not a winner maybe, but she was.
I definitely don't think she was a winner.
I think she was on one of the singing shows.
American Idol singer-songwriter.
Okay.
Kelsey Ballerini. I don't think is an American country pop singer and songwriter. She released her first album 2015. So I don't think she won.
But she was on American Idol. No?
I don't know.
No, she wasn't?
No.
Okay. I didn't know. It just sounded like, that sounds like the name that you would hear from someone who would go on American Idol.
Kelly Pickler.
Exactly.
Yeah,
same type of thing.
Name, yeah.
So I don't care who she is. If she's a country singer, that means even less to me. I can just tell you I won't be there February 17th. February 18th, Andy Grammer. And then March 17th, get ready, Foreigner.
Cold as ice. We land. I have a Foreigner vinyl at my house that is cold as ice, and I was listening to it recently. Oh, I'm excited for that.
You will be jamming out on Mardi Gras. So, of course, Mardi Gras is going to, like I said, starts February 3rd. It's running through April 7th, and it will be happening every single night that is happening during that date. Consecutive nights, so a whole bunch of nights to experience Mardi Gras, but remember the concerts still only happen on select nights, so don't go on a Wednesday night and expect to see someone singing on the stage. That you'll see some of the Zydeco, I always say it wrong, the New Orleans Zydeco bands, but I'm probably still saying it wrong.
Get Corey Martin on the horn.
Beep, 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 beep. No. But yeah, still lots of entertainment. The parade's going to happen every single night, just not the performers. So our big spring opening, I know you're pumped for it. I know I'm pumped for it.
I will watch them all before we get to it. I'll do the marathon.
Good, yes. Fast and Furious Supercharged.
So they're all fresh in my head.
Yeah. Fast and Furious Supercharged will be opening this spring. Still don't have the exact opening date, so don't go getting excited, but I have a feeling it's going to follow the same exact model as Fallon did. Soft openings happening towards the beginning of March with then a full grand opening.
God, I
by
can't
spring
wait
break.
to see what like the media stuff is going to be. I hope it's just like ridiculousness. Like,
Oh, well, the stars are going to show up, so that just excites me. First off, what if?
I don't think Vin Diesel's going to be there.
Oh, he showed
think
up
so?
for Hollywood.
Oh, then maybe yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
he showed up for Hollywood.
we
I
know
think.
The Rock won't be there.
I hope he is.
No, they
Why
don't
not?
get along. I don't think.
Oh, that's right. You
And
can only have one or the
The
other.
Rock's like the busiest man in Hollywood right now.
I can't remember if The Rock was at the opening of Hollywood because he's almost a bigger part of that one than even Vin Diesel is, because like he's the one who breaks in on the communications while you're on the tram tour and says all the funny
And
one-liners.
I feel like I want The Rock to be there because he should. It would be a nice like he was the star of Disaster, so like it would be nice to have him like the star of Mother Nature there to open the new attraction that took over the one before. I just think it would be a nice like little circle of life.
Yeah, well, and except he was at the grand opening of when he was there for Disaster.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, and I saw the pictures from.
God,
I think
Universal
it was
like nothing back then too. That's crazy. I don't want to say nothing, but you know what I mean. Like it wasn't like somebody like him. I guess he wasn't quite as popular as he is now.
I think Bob and Corey may have went to the grand opening of that, and they took pictures of him, and he was literally like a twig back then. Still.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that he was ever small. He was always.
Look, in wrestling days, he was about half the size of what he is now.
Yeah.
He's just gotten so much bigger. Like you were like, oh, that's not humanly possible. Oh, sure it is. And he has that 6'5" daughter too.
Yeah,
That you saw
exactly.
at the Golden Globes, where you were like, he's 6'5" and she is the same height as him.
Yeah, but it looks like at Hollywood it was Vin Diesel, Jason Statham.
Oh, wow.
Tyrese
Hollywood?
and is that Michelle Rodriguez there?
Oh, we're
yeah,
definitely
Michelle
not gonna
Rodriguez
Tyrese,
showing
I'm
up
sure.
too. So
My
yeah.
money's on Michelle.
Vin.
That's it. That's all I'm
I
gonna give
think Vin Diesel too. I don't know about Jason Statham, but definitely Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez for sure. And then Ludacris is added in this version, so
then
they'll probably.
I was going to say then he might be there. Plus, then he could do like a performance maybe or something. I'd be into that.
Yeah, does he even perform anymore?
He could do his theme song from Too Fast, Too Furious.
You're absolutely right. He definitely could do that if he really wanted to.
Fast, Too Furious.
Too Fast, Too Furious. So that's the big thing happening in springtime. And then summer's going to be fun.
Why?
It's going to be hot. Lots of tourists coming into town.
I don't enjoy the summer.
Yeah, neither do I. But towards the end of the summer, we have. Wait a minute.
Do we have breaking news?
We do.
Oh my God, this never happens. We are never recording at the right moment where it happens.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. We have to take a step back because the Mardi Gras
I thought you were just going to be
lineup
like,
was just
The
announced.
Rock's coming. Okay.
No. The Mardi Gras lineup was fully announced. So here is
we go.
your official Mardi Gras lineup on Saturday, February 3rd. Sean Paul will be there.
Oh, get busy.
Yes, exactly. Like I said, on the 10th, it will be the Beach Boys. And then on February 17th, as we said, Kelsey Ballerini. Still have zero idea where she came from. Where did she go? February
She won a
18th.
Grammy. I saw that, though.
Good for her. It just always reminds me
like
of The
country music,
Simpsons
but yeah.
when I think it was their barbershop quartet wins the Grammy and like they just kind of throw it out the window because it's so meaningless. February 18th, Andy Grammer. Holy crap!
What?
February 24th, Macklemore.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's a big.
Wow.
Wow. That's a big one.
That's really big. Jeez. March 3rd, my birthday. 311. So going
you're
going
definitely
old
going to that,
school
yeah.
style. March 4th, which I will go to this as long as I'm in town. Philip Phillips. He's always enjoyable.
Yes, nice.
March 10th to be announced. On March 11th, another pretty big one here, Fits and the Tantrums.
Oh my God, I love Fits in the Tantrums.
We said the 17th, Foreigner. March 18th, Fifth Harmony.
I love Fits in the Tantrums.
March 24th, to be announced.
Fifth Harmony, that's another big one again. That was a big one last
and
year.
they were they were here last year. Closing out the event, another huge one. I bet Julie Martin's going to be there for this one.
Gwen Stefani? No freaking way.
Well, no. Gwen Stefani's ex-husband's band, Bush.
Oh, jeez, that's not that big of a deal anymore.
How was that?
Gavin Rossdale, come on.
When you were like 2 years, you were 5 years old when Bush was popular. You didn't go to concerts back then.
I know, but it's not like you made me get excited like it was going to be nowadays huge artists. Like, don't have to fork out money to go see them now.
No. It's in like someone that grew up as a teenager through the 90s.
Listen,
that would be a
if you
massive
had said
deal.
live, I would have lost my mind.
I hate you so much right now. That is terrible. I mean, yeah, they're not going to pull Pearl Jam. Like,
well,
I
was like, Pearl
big.
Jam, live, Bush.
Yeah, they're not going to do some voodoo at Mardi Gras and find a way to resurrect Kurt Cobain and bring back Nirvana. It's not going to happen.
Holograms, bro.
So they're going to take what they can get. Another 90s band that is still around and can do a little bit, and that is Bush. So that is a pretty great lineup. I'm very impressed by this so far, and we'll see what fills in on the to be announced. But that was quite the happy accident here that this actually happened right while we were recording. So let's go over the rest of what's happening in 2018 now, if we can push through it here. And that is this August, Aventura is going to be opening up, Universal's Aventura Hotel. So
Aventura.
What was that?
Like Ventura. Yes, Satan? Sorry, I watch Ace Ventura way too much.
Yeah, I know you do. So I don't really have a ton to say about Aventura besides its opening, and I'm very excited to see inside. It's been great watching the progression of the building go up. So it can only go up and up and up from there. And then, of course, Halloween Horror Nights. Very excited about that returning. Holidays, they'll return again in mid-November, and that is also very exciting. So let's just wrap this up by talking about other things that we're going to get announcements of in 2018 that Universal has promised us. So
you said Philip Phillips, and I thought Wilson Phillips.
No,
I'm so sorry. I like Philip Phillips too. I like Philip Phillips too.
American Idol winner Philip Phillips.
I'm almost saying
he was the theme song of like the 2012 Olympics.
Yeah. I know. I'm sorry. No, he was not. It was Muse, by the way.
Was it the 2012?
Yeah, the London Olympics were sang by a London person.
I didn't even remember. I just remember the one Olympics. Like every single commercial break, they started playing Home. And it was like going in and out of commercials.
Yeah.
I was like, how are they playing this
Settle
so
down.
much? But okay, never mind with that. What Universal's going to announce this year? So the first thing that we're going to hear an announcement, not the first thing we are going to, but the first thing on the list that they promised us, we're going to get more details on the attraction that has replaced Dragon Challenge. I forgot. Those were the other misses of 2017. Losing Terminator, Dragon Challenge.
Losing Terminator was a miss for you? You know what? I'll give you that. It was a miss because there's no announcement for what will replace it. Right? Or is there an announcement?
There hasn't been an announcement yet.
Yeah.
That is
just a rumor.
That is another one of the things that Universal promises us that this year, that they're going to let us know what's going in, where Terminator 2 3D was gone. Just like we're going to learn a little bit more about what was replacing Dragon Challenge over in Islands of Adventure. They are promising us another additional mapping experience at Hogwarts Castle. Don't know if it'll be ready for 2018, but we will be getting one.
I'm very excited.
So
Honestly, I hope in the winter season they just bring that one back.
Yeah, they're definitely going to bring it back, but I think we're going to get another fresh one on top of that too, probably even different than what was in Hollywood before.
Oh,
so
cool.
That's what I'm hoping for. We're going to have what is replacing Element in City Walk, right next to NBC.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And right now the big rumor
Voodoo.
to that is Voodoo Donuts.
The donuts.
The Oregon-based donut chain that is hugely popular. They have a location in Universal Hollywood.
Yeah.
So I would
be thrilled if that was the case.
I wouldn't be upset by it. I love donuts. It would be they need a good, decent like breakfast spot as you're going in. Right now they basically have Cinnabon.
Well,
so
I have heard the remodel rumor does have like a bakery in it.
Yeah.
So, not there, but the plan for City Walk has a bakery as part of it.
That
could be the bakery.
I just feel like Universal needs more places for grab and go breakfast.
Oh,
and
I completely agree.
Voodoo Donuts would really help with that. We'll learn more about the new hotels that are coming to Universal, and then of course we will have more information on what's going to be happening with Super Nintendo World. So I'm really looking forward to what's coming up here in the future with Universal Orlando. A lot of exciting things. 2017 was overall a good year. I think 2018 is actually going to be an amazing year.
Yeah.
And I think 2019, Universal knows that they have to come out the gate swinging up against Disney with everything happening with Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So that's going to be exciting to see what they have up there.
Interesting announcements,
yeah. There's going to be a lot of announcements this year for what's happening 2019. So because I'm guessing that's when we also have Cinematic Spectacular that just quietly went away. At Halloween Horror Nights, and it's getting a replacement. I think they're going to go bigger and try to actually compete more on the nighttime show level as much as they can.
Like an Illumination style show.
Yeah, they still are in the issue that they are in a residential neighborhood. Essentially.
I always forget that.
And so you can only do so much, but I think they're going to find a way to try to take that up to the next level. And so now you're going to watch this episode again, and every time we said take it to the next level, go ahead and take a drink.
Take it to the next level.
And take it to the next level. So we're going to take this to the next level, and that's by saying goodbye. But before we go, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for everything in 2017, and I'm glad we could be back for 2018 and kick this off with a lot of fun. So thank you, everyone out there, for listening and watching. Ryno, thank you so much for talking about this with me. Mm-hmm. Yes, well, thank you. And I just... I don't have anything more to say besides for links to anything you need, head over to disunplug.com. That's where you can find links to our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so much more from this show and all the others on the Dis Unplugged podcast network. And make sure if you're watching this on YouTube that you are subscribed and leaving us feedback, comments, all that. And if you're listening to this on iTunes, make sure to rate, review, and subscribe. So thank you again to everyone out there who's listening and watching this. We're going to make this a great 2018. I can't wait for it. Hope you can't either. And just remember one last thing, no resolutions.